Hello everyone, my name is Arrow and welcome to the VTCU Season 1 Slate Reveal. Part 1. Yes, I'm splitting this video into two parts. Why? Because I'm only going to reveal half of the project in this video, and after I release those, I'll make part 2 where I go over the rest. So, in total, there are 10 projects slated for Season 1, so today I'll go over the first 5 projects. At the time of me recording this, only a few of them have been fully recorded and edited. They are technically ready to be published, but I want to release them one after another. What I'm trying to say is that there's probably going to be like 2 or 3 uploads a month. Anyways, I've dragged on this intro for long enough. Let's get into the good part, shall we? So, for the first movie, the Voltage Cinematic Universe, I decided that it would be a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This film is loosely based on the first game, but it actually follows the unwithered Five Nights at Freddy's 2 animatronics instead of the ones from the first game. Well, kind of. But the FNAF 1 gang actually does show up in the film, but they're faulty clones of the unwithered animatronics. Don't worry, it'll make sense when you watch the movie when it comes out. Now, the plot will be confusing. That's it. The plot will be confusing for new-time viewers. I've explained this in the video where I go over what the VTCU is, but every plot point will get some explanation later down the line. The overall story of the VTCU goes deep, but I can't explain it all in one video, or else it'll remove the enjoyment of watching the series and figuring out the lore for yourselves. This series was meant to be speculated on, and it's really up to the viewers to piece together the story. Don't worry, I actually tried to make sure that it's easy for viewers to understand the story. Keyword, tried. Once I unlock community posts on this channel, I'll post info cards of important characters and objects, so that way you guys can get a better idea of the overall story. Now, let's finally talk about the plot of the film. In 2005, the Fazbear Band was captured by the criminal organization known as the Holy Time Clan, led by its ruthless leader, Holy Time, and by the second-in-command, Holy Time X. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy must survive Holy Time's newest experiment, where they must face the cloned versions of themselves. Five Nights at Freddy's Experiment 05 will be released on March 9th, 2024. Now that I've said everything I want to say about this film, let's move on to the next one. Set in the year 2007, Bloodtime Origins will follow the character known as Bloodtime. Bloodtime is an unwilling participant in the Holy Time Clan's newest experiment. Bloodtime must escape the clan's clutches, or else he'll face dire consequences. Bloodtime is the first OC character to get a project centered around him. In fact, it's because of Bloodtime that the VTCU even exists. The origins of the VTCU and how it started are super complicated, and it deserves its own video. But to sum it up, Bloodtime was the one who essentially started the VTCU, so he's a significant character. As the title suggests, more films will be centered around Bloodtime. I plan on going for a complete trilogy based on the Bloodtime mythos. This film is also a semi-sequel to Experiment 05 as it follows up on the events of that film. So expect returning characters from Experiment 05. Bloodtime Origins and FNAF Experiment 05 are the only ones who have been fully recorded and edited, but like I said earlier, I plan on releasing them later. Bloodtime Origins Volume 1 will release on March 17th, 2024. Let us move on to the next project now. In 2005, a string of murder victims begin appearing in Lima, Ohio. Jaron Wood, a detective from the LPD, is tasked with finding the killer. Little does he know that he is in for the ride of his life that will culminate with him fighting the killer and it turning out to be something ripped out of someone's twisted imagination. The Mimic is a much more grounded story, or at least as grounded as I can get it. that focuses on a human perspective rather than an animatronic. The main villain of this film is none other than the Mimic from Security Breach Ruin. But wait, the Mimic shouldn't be here. He should be at the Pizzaplex where he's trapped underground. If it isn't apparent yet, the VTCU is taking some significant creative liberties regarding its source material. I don't plan on retelling the entire story of Five Nights at Freddy's in the VTCU. I want to tell my own story with new characters and ideas. The Mimic is set to release on March 27th, 2024. There's another project after this, but I'll have to discuss it briefly, and you'll see why. I won't say much about this one because Volume 1 hasn't come out yet. Bloodtime Origins Volume 2 is a direct sequel to Volume 1, obviously, but since you guys don't know anything about the ending of Volume 1, all I'm going to say is that Bloodtime's adventure is not over just yet. Bloodtime Origins Volume 2 will release on April 5th, 2024. Set in 1999, Onion and friends are kidnapped by Arctech Industries. They manage to escape, but now they're trapped in San Diego. Now they have to learn the hard way why humans and animatronics can't coexist. This is currently the earliest project in the VTCU timeline. This film focuses on a new group of OCs, Onion, Buzz, Cyan, and Reeds. This film will focus on the forbidden relationship between humans and animatronics and why it's impossible for them to coexist. This is actually the only project I've mentioned so far where there isn't a completed script yet. Five Nights at Onions will be released on April 13th, 2024. I think after I release Five Nights at Onions, I'll go on a short break to focus on other stuff that isn't the VTCU, like school or my main channel. At the time of writing, I have been working non-stop on the VTCU, and I deserve a break sometimes. So uploads on this channel might stall for a while. In the meantime, however, I'll actually be uploading videos to my main channel, The Fantastic Arrow. You can also check out content from Voltage Productions, which produces various content for anyone to enjoy. Anyway, I'm going to begin working on making more VTCU content for the next few weeks until I've finished every project I've mentioned here. So see you all in a month or so. Bye.